pause. That's what we should do every single time something happens that isn't what we expect. What if I tell you that every single time you react to something, you're wasting your energy? What if I told you that if you were able to pause for a moment, observe what's happening, you will be able to transmute that energy into something positive? And that's the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to explain and talk about the importance of being cautious on how we react into the world and the circumstances that approach us every single day. I've just been reflecting on the past couple of years on the way I was moving, the way I was performing. And one of the things that I realized is that I used to be like super reactive. And I'm talking, somebody said something that I didn't like, I used to instantly change my attitude. The line at the supermarket was too long, I used to be immersed in anger. Somebody or something happened that I didn't like, and I used to yell at myself, how can this happen? And it was pretty common. In reality, that's pretty common in society nowadays. However, it came to a point that it was too much. And I was literally draining all my energy into that. And when you realize that everything is energy, literally everything around us is energy, you internally realize that you cannot keep wasting energy on things that don't matter. And that's life-changing. So when you pause for a moment after things happen, you're able to detach yourself from that situation, and you're able to analyze and make a conscious decision on what to do. And I would strongly suggest that you slowly implement this idea on your day-to-day life, because it will benefit you 100%. Family-wise, relationship-wise, work-wise, money-wise, you name it. When you're able to detach as a third person, see what's happening, you're even able to act smarter. You're even able to talk smoother. You're able to move like water. You flow naturally. So something that I've been doing is just breathing after something internally, emotionally negative happened. You know, maybe you don't know what I do for a living, but at the moment I'm knocking doors. I do door-to-door sales. And it's pretty common to get negative reactions at the doors from homeowners or people who are not interested. And it would be pretty easy for me to be reactive as well. It would be pretty easy for me to act or say something negative. However, when you pause for a moment, when you breathe and you realize that it's just something so small that shouldn't affect your energy and you can just keep moving forward, you realize that you're actually happier. When you react, you're coming from an ego standpoint. You're coming from a non-present moment attitude. But when you actually observe and pause for a moment, you're actually coming from a presence perspective. You're actually in place. You're actually in the moment. And you understand that it doesn't matter what happened, nothing's gonna affect your mood. And when you realize that the key of life is to feel good, like literally feeling good, you feel like you unlock the key in life. And me personally, in this evolving journey that I have personally 24/7 with reflection 24/7, you realize that you need to feel good all the time. There's no way you don't feel authentic to yourself. There's no way you're not waking up feeling happy. And that should be the mood every single day. So if you go out and you're driving and somebody cuts you in lane, you should not be able to react negatively, because that guy's probably having a pretty bad day. He's acting automatically. He's reacting negatively every single time, and he doesn't even realize that he's affecting his surroundings. But because we are the observant, we are in a different path, we actually internalize every situation, we're able to react positively. And for me, that's the key of this video. For me, that's what I want to show and tell the world this month is pause, observe, breathe. That will empower you to act different. You're gonna move different, and people will realize that. And funny enough, when you start being conscious about it, you start seeing people how they move. You start looking at your friends, at people in society, at your family, how they roll, how they move, how normal it is for them to react, scream, yell, curse, and you start being like, wow, that used to be me. And not from a I'm better than you perspective, but in a I'm grateful that I changed because I feel way better. So I'm not gonna make this video super long, but the most important thing is pause, because that makes your point stand out, even in a conversation, even when you're telling something to somebody. Pause, because they will listen. See you guys in the next video. Like, share. I love you. Keep evolving. That's what we should do. Bye.